So the wind is blowing, so I'm definitely sure it's gonna be windy. You can't blame them. This one of my new spot now. It looks no grass, nothing like that. So I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna make sure the grass is showing up. But I want to say something. I want to talk about this. This is pretty much short. Um, a lot of people want to understand why this is so vital. The GA, I mean, why the GA is so vital. And I would say, you see, the engineering that is happening at Onyamekasi Chrome is that we want to come to a place where nobody is telling you God says. I think that's one of the things that has misled and misdirected and mispurposed a lot of our lives, and I'm including myself because most of us on the continent, and I'm talking about the entire African continent, most of us on the continent has been misled to the place where somebody always have to hear from God and come and tell you, God says. You get what I'm saying? Somebody always have to hear that. Somebody always have to be at a place where they are the ones steering you, driving you, directing you, that God says I should tell you. It looks like this God is not in the business of talking to you. This God doesn't have any interest for you. You are too filthy to come into close proximity of this God. You don't qualify. You don't qualify to be in the presence of the same God that you are in the image of. Get in a picture. This is the same God that you are in the image of, that is supposed to be your father, and you are your father's child, and you are in the father's image. You all know the story. This same God cannot come into proximity with you, cannot come into the same space as you. So always, this God has to send a mouthpiece to you and tell you what he thinks about you. But you cannot come to this God because you are too filthy. You are the devil's seed. Why the engineering at Onyamekasi Chrome is so different and so unique is that nobody is trying to tell you God says I should tell you. I have a powerful testimony I'm going to share with you guys. Mind-blowing testimony. Mind-blowing testimony. I'm going to share with you guys. So this God cannot come in and have a conversation with you as a father and son, or father and uncle, whichever way, because if somebody is your spiritual father, then God is your spiritual what? Uncle, or spiritual grandfather, or spiritual great-great-grandfather. Anyway, that's side news. This is the technology here. We want you, or let me say, well, we have designed a technology, or we have designed a system. We have energized the place to such a way that going through the process, and when I say process, I mean you have to come in, we have to check, we have to cleanse you, we have to make sure that, what do you call it? The necessary basic rituals around you are done, at least fast for you to be in alignment. You understand? I say at least be in alignment with your own self. So once these basic processes are done and you are in a position, we say, go and talk to God yourself. Talk to God. Why can't you talk to God yourself? So this beautiful engineering is that it is not trying to tell you somebody wants to tell you what God says. No, it is you having conversation with God, having conversation with your God, with the God that created you, the God that created the heavens, the God that created the earth, the God that created every single thing in existence. Of course, I know the technicalities. I know the technicalities, and I know everything that comes with this science, God. We know that's not a conversation, but picture this, the God that created everything, you, and made you a God, wants to have a conversation with you. This God is not trying to make me his mouthpiece for you. No, 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 no. God wants to talk to you yourself. God is not in the business of third party, fourth party, fifth party. Even now, when you do a third party insurance, what do you think is going to happen? You don't get jack, right? Even if you are doing a comprehensive insurance, see the struggle you have to go through to be able to get what you need to get. How much more a third party insurance, right? God, I know, the creator. And like again, don't come to me, well, God is not a man and woman. That's not a conversation today. You know where I stand. You know what I know. Okay, you don't know all that I know, but at least if you go to our videos, you know where I stand. But the creators, or God the creator, right, wants to have a conversation with you. Guess what? He doesn't see you as a sinner. Nobody sins against God. This is a conversation for another day. The only sin that exists on the face of the earth is a sin. Sorry. I just the ant. I don't want to hurt the ant. I hurt one of them. I got to say sorry too. They're also a living being, existing, powerful beings. You can put your hands here. They won't. Anyway, that's not a conversation. The same God that created everything is the same God that made you a God, and this same God want to have a conversation with you. He's waiting. So now, the truth matter is, it is not a God trying to have a conversation with you that is the problem. You are too scared, you are too afraid to have a one-on-one with God. Because the programming and the indoctrination has made you think you don't deserve to come in the presence of God. This is the gift that the GAA gives you. It takes out all the audience, no audience. And it brings you to your God self, and you have a conversation with God. So when you come to our temple, we are not telling you that God is telling you this. We don't do that. God will speak to you. You would have a dialogue with God. You would have a conversation with God. You hear what God is saying about you. You know what you came to do on earth. You will remember your assignment on earth. You will remember what you came to do here. This God, the creator God, the creative force, is the God that I know. And it's the God that is for you. And it's the God that is for your children's children. And it's the God that can't wait to talk to you, to have a conversation with you. God is waiting on you. It's about time you have a conversation with God. You have a sit down. This is the most important meeting you can ever find yourself in. An appointment with God. God is about to speak to you. Not through me to you, no, to you. So you can speak back to God and have that deep conversation. This is a date, a match made in heaven. That's what they will say. A match made for you. Should I call God for you? Wait, let me call God. I'm calling God. Hold on. I'm calling God. Wait. I'm calling God. I'm calling God. I'm calling God. God, please, God, your children wants to talk to you. They have been programmed and have been afraid that if they come to you, you would sack them because they are sinners. God, please, your children wants to talk to you. Thank you for giving us the technology to make your children able to talk to you directly without any pastor, prophet, imam, priest, herbalist, spiritualist, whatever, being in the middle, standing in the gap. God, they want to, can you hear me? Hello? 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 God, can you hear me? They want to talk to you. And you can't wait to also talk to them. God wants to have a conversation with you. And I'm pretty much sure you also want to have conversation with God. What would you ask God if you had a one-on-one with him? What would you ask him? What would you ask God if you had an opportunity to stand before God and talk to him? What would you ask him? Well, there's a possibility, and this is how you do it. I love you guys. Can't wait to come your way tomorrow with another powerful message. You are one step away from getting in contact with God and having a conversation with God. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Mwah.
If you're talking about spirituality and self-awareness, this place has it all. When you enter the home of the gods, Onyame Kesi Krom, also known as Mikra,
there is no sex, no alcohol, no drugs, no smoking, no prejudice,
no entertainment, no video games, no distractions,
no hookups, no Netflix, no scrolling, no evil projection, no junk foods, and no negative people.
They remove everything that is not you out of your life. You finally come into the awareness of your true self.
The chief priest and all the other priests and priestesses only have one goal: to introduce you
to the real you.
There's no way you're going to come into the country and not visit this place.
The beautiful environment and the sacred grounds that you walk on helps you reconnect with Mother Nature and the entire cosmic flow.
Walk the sacred grounds, climb the rocks and the mountains, visit our sacred forest and cave shrines. Cleanse your entire physical body and aura.
Meditate, elevate your craft, find your peace, do the necessary rituals, take time to think and plan for the future.
Go through the rebirth experience. This is a life-changing experience. Will you be a part of this great change?
Start your journey today.